customer wants to install this fine art chandelier on their entry. We're gonna be installing it on an electric winch that comes down from the ceiling that holds 600 pounds. This fixture is only 110. So the first thing I'm gonna do is mount the bracket to the winch, and then this canopy mounts to the bracket, and you wire all these glass globes into the canopy, and then you can adjust all the lengths of the globes after it's all up. The first thing I did was mount the fixture support to the winch. Now when this goes up to the ceiling, it makes connection to the fixture box, which sends power down to the wires, and it will turn the light on. Where the connector meets the ceiling is protruding out from the support too much, so I'm adding these spacers with some double-sided tape on the fixture bracket, so when it touches the ceiling, it sits level and my continuity touches the fixture box. I installed the spacers on the top of the bracket. I installed a retrofit kit on the wiring temporarily, and now I'm raising the bracket up to the ceiling, and when it connects to the ceiling, the retrofit light should turn on, and then I know that my connection's good and my spacing is good from the ceiling to the bracket. So now as it sucks up to the ceiling, my spacers touch first, and then it makes contact and the light turns on. So after mounting the canopy to the support with these chains, now I'm gonna wire each fixture into the canopy with these nuts, and then we'll connect them to these Wago wire nuts in here. So I got all the cables installed and wired inside the canopy. So now I'm gonna lift this canopy up and install it with these screws, and then I can install all the globes to the end of the cables with the LED bulb inside. Now that I have the canopy mounted to the support, I'm gonna bring the fixture up to the ceiling, and I'll start putting on all the glass onto the cables. So this fixture goes up and down with this switch, and I'm bringing it up right now so that I can put all the glass on it. I untangled all the cables. I'm gonna install all the bulbs, and then once the fixture touches the ceiling, I'll make sure all the bulbs are working before I finish putting the glass on. Now that I have all the bulbs installed, once the canopy touches the ceiling, they should turn on when it makes continuity, just like that. So now that I know everything works, I can put the bulbs inside the glass, and then I can install the nuts that hold the glass onto the bulb. And then after I do all the install of the glass like that, I can adjust all the cables from the canopy up to the customer's liking, so it's an artistic design. So before I put on all the glass, I'm gonna bring in my big skyscraper ladder so I can adjust the cables up, because I don't really want them to clink into each other too much. So now that I have my skyscraper little giant ladder set up, I can go up to the top of the canopy and I can push the cables up, and each will adjust to the height that I want them at. So these connectors are really cool because you can push the cables up and it holds them in place, or if you go too high, you can push it in and you can pull them back down. So you have a lot of adjustment capabilities. So I pretty much got all the cables adjusted to the lengths on the picture and the diagram, and we also confirmed the liking with the customer. So now I'm gonna get the ladder out of here, and we'll clean up and we'll see what the end result looks like. Dimmer on. This fixture is so cool that I gotta get it from multiple angles, so I'm gonna go to the top of the stairs. This chandelier is made by fine art, and that's your end result.